This is Mr. Beast. He is the biggest YouTuber in the world with over 90 million subscribers. And this is Joe Rogan. He is the biggest interviewer in the world with hundreds of millions of downloads. Recently, Joe Rogan and Mr. Beast came together for a meeting of the gods, otherwise known as a podcast. And in this video, I'm gonna be watching the Mr. Beast Joe Rogan podcast for 24 hours to find out what is the key to his success and what is the secret of YouTube.
Right, Shia, as your fake maester, I must warn you, the road is long and full of terrors. I must ask you, Shia, please reconsider. As a fake maester cannot lose another.
Don't worry, fake maester. I shall return a better YouTuber.
And with that, my journey began. I started learning interesting things about Mr. Beast and how he became viral on YouTube.
Like they say 10,000 hours in math or something, we probably put in like 40, 50,000 hours. I mean, we're talking like every day.
50,000 hours studying YouTube. That is mind-blowing. He has a real analytical approach to things. He's got the math in his head, man. He runs numbers like he's Albert Einstein. Just keeps telling Jimmy to pull stuff up. Pull this video up, pull that video up, pull this up. I'm about to do I'm gonna put a compilation right here.
Pull that up. Can you pull that up as well? You can just pull it up.
There it is.
It's so much easier if you just pull them up. There, if you want to pull that up. So basically, pull up Mr. Beast Gaming. I want to show you some of the other stuff.
I never realized how many channels he has. That have boys on his grind at 23. I'm 29. I'm turning 30.
Someone in a video and they'd win something and they just freeze up and they'd do nothing. They'd just be like, oh, thanks.
He talked about how when he gets random people on camera, they freeze up and not really entertaining. If I was selected to be on a Mr. Beast video and I won $1 million or $100,000, $10,000, I would go absolutely crazy. I would physically kiss Mr. Beast. Hi, Mr. Beast. Hello. Thank you for that $1 million. Joe Rogan, they were just talking about Death Note. My favorite anime of all time. He hasn't seen it, obviously. He saw the movie, the live action version of it, and he said that was a good movie. No! No! How dare you, Joe Rogan? Get informed, watch the goddamn anime, don't just watch the movie and think it's a good movie.
Killed Kenny. Like, you bastard. Like when South Park, when Kenny would die.
Well, I mean, I've heard the name Kenny. I've never watched South Park.
Oh, no.
Oh,
James. Oh, no. What is happening?
He hasn't even seen South Park. I'm starting to understand what this man had to do. He sacrificed South Park.
After the first run through, I started to get excited, motivated, hyped up, and start thinking like Mr. Beast. I'm Mr. Beast, and in this bag, there's $1 million gajillion in it, and the last one to die, yeah, I said die, gets to keep it. Maybe you will get to enjoy it, but at least your family will. Show an explosion, not show another explosion, explosions everywhere.
So, what I didn't tell you, I got a blanket, my pillow, my couch, and my gaming chair. Every time the podcast ends, I gotta get rid of one item. First thing I'm going with is this blanket. Visibility cloak, Harry Potter.
Second time to the podcast was much tougher. I started to get bored and fidgety. This is when I realized it was gonna be a lot tougher than I expected.
2 times through, baby. Second time through has been completed, which means one more item's gotta go. Get that flat out, bumbo clock, man. I can listen to this on 3 times the speed.
So it's like unlistenable. It's hard. That makes sense. Yeah. Alright, so amazing. Because your channel and your this
Something we've done is amazing.
like your personality comes through.
Fortunately, that's cheating. I'm no mother effing cheater. Going back to the beginning. Guys, look at this article. I found one of his secrets. Here it is. He works with the Chinese government. Huh? Jimmy, oh, you are double agent. You working for the Chinese... Oh, I just realized that's not even Chinese, dude. He's working for whatever language this is. I think I'm going crazy. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and I'm bored. Chicka chicka, Mr. Beast. At this point, I wish you were deceased, cause I can't eat and I gotta listen to you. Hello from this view. You can't even imagine the stuff that would have happened if I saw your face right now. I would crack it. Just kidding, Mr. Beast. You know I love you. Guys.
That's probably one of the coolest shots I've ever gotten.
How do you make sure that they don't die? Well, there's food below, obviously it's safe.
Closing in on my third playthrough and nearly 7 hours of this podcast in my ears, I was on the verge of quitting.
Doing this is making me think. One thing about Mr. Beast that I love is how he gives away all his money, how philanthropic he is, giving away millions of dollars to people that you love, to your friends, take care of your family. As crazy as it sounds, the thought of maybe one day being able to do that, that's what keeps me going.
Mr. Beast, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
After the third time through, I had to get rid of one more item, so I chose the couch. Well, I did use it for one last thing.
Bombs away!
An hour and a half later, I was officially broken.
Started off this journey, find the secret of YouTube. Now your voice repulses me. They freaking repulse me. This is what happens when you leave someone alone in the room for like 24 hours. This is what it takes. Is this what it takes to become a successful YouTuber? I'm asking you a question. Why aren't you answering me? Voices.
It was my fourth time through the podcast, and I was in pure agony. I had to get rid of my last item, and that pushed me over the edge again.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
I'm sorry.
What the? I'm sorry!
I don't want to live without you. Last fiber of my being, with every last strength of will, I promise I will come back to you. I will conquer you.
I was having a very rough time and stripped down to nothing, so I took comfort in the only thing I had left.
My couch is gone, pillow is gone. The only thing that's been with me this entire time. Mr. Beast and Joe Rogan. And in this moment, I'm starting to realize, in a moment where I have absolutely nothing, I have a podcast, and at least I have that. I hated listening to this guy's voice. Now I'm kind of appreciative of it. Isn't that what torture tactics are meant to do?
I was 16 hours in and miserable. I was trying to get some sleep at 4 a.m. in the morning, but it was nearly impossible with Mr. Beast's voice blasting in my ears and nothing comfortable to sleep on. I'd managed to get a little bit of sleep towards the end before I woke up.
Woke up to the sound of Mr. Beast talking about Squid Games, baby. I had Mr. Beast in my dreams. I was in a catatonic fugue state. Just don't ever sleep on a wood floor ever in your life. That was brutal. That was the hardest part so far of the challenge. Everything else at that point sucked. Trying to get some sleep with no blanket on the wood floor. I was miserable. I can finally see some light at the end of the tunnel. 3 hours left to go. This is one of the hardest things I've ever done. Almost there. This is it. This is the final time starting the podcast. I think I've watched 8 times through or 9 times through. I'm entirely sure at this point. I lost count. I'm almost at the end of the road. End of the road, baby. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. I wish I had more words. I wish I had energy to provide better content here in the late hours, but every ounce of energy, every ounce of strength is zapped out. His voice is imprinted in my
Every
head.
safety test beyond belief. That video we had over 100 different people working on.
As I was almost done the 24 hours, I had reflected on the challenge. I wanted to find the secret of YouTube, but studying this podcast over and over, guess what? There isn't one. This man worked his butt off, spending hour after hour chasing his dreams. There's no secret. If you want something in life, you lace up the bootstraps and you go for it. You fail and you get back up. Anything is possible. Ah, fake Maester would be proud.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
But it's just like, yeah, like,
Just honestly.
You can do anything you put your mind to. I got nothing else to say. I guess I'll see you next time. I'm about to go to bed.
and look how tiny they are.
What are you hitting them with?
So again,
No!